Hi everybody and welcome back to Stat News. Now in today's segment we have something a little bit different for you. We're mixing it up and we have something new coming down the pipeline for you. Dave, tell them a little bit about it.
Yeah, we're doing a little mini documentary on the life and statistical achievements of W. Edwards Deming.
So, born on October 14th, 1900, Dr. W. Edwards Deming was an eminent scholar and a teacher in American academia for more than half a century. He published hundreds of original papers, articles, and books covering wide ranges of interrelated subjects, from statistical variance to systems and systems of thinking to human psychology.
He was a consultant to business leaders, major corporations, and governments around the world. His efforts led to the transformation of management that has profoundly impacted manufacturing and service organizations around the world.
But today, we'll be looking at some of the most overlooked accomplishments, all of which pertain to his lifelong dedication to statistical principles. Today, we've outlined a brief statistical timeline of the most important and impactful things Deming did in his statistical career. The first of which takes place in 1927, where he takes a job as mathematical physicist with the United States Department of Agriculture Fixed Nitrogen Research Laboratory in Washington, D.C. He meets Walter Short, a physicist at Bell Telephone Labs, who invented what we know today as the statistical control chart. It allows the variation of the process to be observed by management with radically new insight, making feasible prediction of the future performances.
From 1939 to 1946, Deming worked for the U.S. Census Bureau as an advisor in statistical sampling techniques. Here, he began the use of statistically based survey techniques in the 1940 census, which greatly improved the accuracy and lowered the cost of the census. He also introduced statistical quality control techniques to improve the process of tabulating and summarizing the results. It is also the first use of statistical methods of quality improvement in a white-collar environment.
Next, we go to 1947, where he was called to Japan by the U.S. occupational authorities. General MacArthur, Supreme Commander of Allied Forces, engaged Deming to help Japanese statisticians assess the problem of nutrition and housing in their devastated country, and to prepare for a census to be taken by 1951. Unlike other American experts brought to Japan, Deming showed respect for the Japanese people and their culture. He treated them as colleagues instead of enemies.
In 1950, he received an invitation to teach the application of statistics to quality improvement techniques from the Union of Japanese Scientists and Engineers. Dr. Aizaburo Nishibori, a member of the Japanese Scientists and Engineers, and Professor Shigeti Moriguchi of Tokyo University invited Deming to lecture on statistical methods for business in a session sponsored by the Keidan-ren, the most prestigious society of Japanese executives, under the leadership of its chairman, Ichiro Ishikawa.
And now I think we're going to cut to some old archival footage that was just dug up by a reporting agency, and we're going to watch that through. And after that, I think that's going to be the conclusion of our broadcast. Thanks for tuning in to Stats News, and we'll see you with our archival footage.
おはようございます、デミングさん。
Good to meet you, Day-san.
私はお腹がペコペコですから、トイレ行ってもいいですか?
Well, the importance of implementing statistical processes of control based on the older theories of control charts is allow us to separate abnormal and normal variation in the Japanese economy. When we think about abnormal variation, it's when our production lines and streams and management cycles are deviating from what they should be doing. So by using statistical methods to verify when and when not those events are happening, it allows us to restructure Japanese businesses' business plans to then greater account for abnormal variation and compete better with their Western counterparts.
そうですね、エコノミーすごいですよ。日本語は少し話しますからゆっくり話してください。
I love anime. Thanks for asking.
Bruh.